Wrapping this up, which value is not equivalent to sine of 5 pi over 3? Well, again, you kind of need to know what that is to be able to answer this question accurately. Sine is of a tall triangle in the fourth quadrant is negative root 3 over 2. Well, sine of, that's going to be a positive, so that's not equivalent. It is a root 3 over 2, but it's positive. Cosine of a short, this is actually equal to negative root 3 over 2. So if we're circling ones that are not equivalent, that's not the case. Sine of 240, that's straight down. Not straight down, but it's down. Tall triangle, negative root 3 over 2. Since it's equal, we don't want that. And cosine of 150 is also equal to negative root 3 over 2, so A is the only answer. Exact value of each of these expressions. Cosecant, well, we need to find out the sine. Sine of 330. And sine of 330 is equal to, that's a short triangle in the fourth quadrant, so that's equal to negative 1/2. But the cosecant is the flip-flop of the sine, so you flip that over, your answer is negative 2. Cotangent of pi over 6 is the cosine over the sine, so the cosine of pi over 6 is equal to root 3 over 2, and the sine of pi over 6 is equal to 1/2. So I'm really doing cosine pi over 6 over sine pi over 6, and this is the result. The 2's cancel, you're left with just the square root of 3. Tangent of 210 degrees, that is a short triangle in the third quadrant. It's going to be a positive number, but the sine, which is on top, is the negative 1/2, and the cosine, which is on the bottom of that, is a negative root 3 over 2. The 2's cancel, the negatives cancel. We're left with 1 over root 3. We've seen that before. We rationalize the denominator of that guy, and we end up with a root 3 over 3. It's positive because the negatives canceled. And which of the following is not undefined? Well, it's only undefined when you're dividing by 0. So remind yourself, cosine of pi, that's not 0, it's negative 1, so you flip it over, you're good. That is not undefined. Tangent of 90 degrees is the sine of 90 over the cosine of 90. You're dividing by the cosine of 90, so it doesn't even matter what the sine of 90 is, but the cosine of 90 is 0. So since you're dividing by 0, this is undefined. So we're looking for the ones that are not. Cosecant of pi over 2, that's sine, that's 1 over sine. So find out what the sine of 2 pi is. Sine of 2 pi is 0. Flip over 0, you got yourself an undefined. Okay, and finally the cotangent. Cotangent is sine over, or cosine over sine. Cosine 180 over sine 180. Okay, the sine of 180 degrees is 0. Doesn't matter what cosine is, it happens to be negative 1. But it doesn't matter because if you have 0 in the denominator, that is undefined. And what I would suggest here, I don't usually help out with challenges, but why not, right? We're near the end. If you take 2x squared plus 3x and move this over and call it a plus 1 and set it equal to 0, that is factorable. You factor that, and when you're done with your factors, plug sine back into your 2x's, solve that, and you got your answer in terms of degrees. Enjoy, and have a good weekend.